Today on Rock the Park,
That is amazing. Wow.
a northern wilderness that draws polar bears by the hundreds
He's just hanging out.
and beluga whales by the thousands.
They're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere.
Here he comes.
Where potential danger comes from all directions.
It's the bear that you don't see is the one that could pose a threat to you.
It can even drop out of the sky.
Relax.
Oh, get out of here. You're scaring Jack.
We're in Churchill, Manitoba in Canada, and it all starts right now.
I'm Jack Stewart.
This is the real deal.
And I'm Colton Smith.
These are mountains.
We've been buddies for years, always in search of the next adventure.
Dude, what was that?
We share a passion for our national parks and other wild places around the world.
Oh my God.
Heading off the beaten path, pushing our limits, and experiencing nature's best-kept secrets.
Here we go.
It's how we rock the park.
Oh, I saw him.
Oh my
I
gosh,
saw
he's
him.
right under us.
Oh, please.
He's right under us.
Please, buddy.
Please don't flip.
Please don't
No
get
flip.
us. Whoa! Whoa! Watch it! Watch it!
When you go looking for whales in the kayak, it's a little scary when whales go looking for you. We're in Canada, in the province of Manitoba, on the southwest shore of Hudson Bay, where the Churchill River empties into the bay. The town of Churchill is so remote, there's no road that will get us there. Our only way in is by plane.
Churchill is a crossroads of Arctic tundra, northern forest, and the Hudson Bay, which is almost 500,000 square miles of Arctic Ocean, pushing into the heart of Canada. It's also a crossroads for two of the world's most fascinating and rarely seen animals, polar bears and beluga whales. It's the bears that grab our attention first.
We just landed in Churchill, Manitoba, and right away, we are being warned about the polar bears.
Never walk at night after 10 p.m.
Never go beyond a polar bear alert warning sign. It's gonna be pretty intense.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Churchill calls itself the polar bear capital of the world. In winter, polar bears live out on the ice hunting seals. In summer, they come ashore and live off their stored fat. When the seasons change, this town of 900 people finds itself sharing space with more than 1,000 polar bears.
We're here in July, so the polar bears are just starting to enter into the surrounding area. Now, if we were here in the fall, that's when you're seeing them in the streets. You're seeing them absolutely everywhere.
A polar bear is the largest land carnivore on the planet. A full-grown male stands about 8 feet tall, weighs 1,600 pounds, and can run 25 miles per hour.
We want to see some polar bears, but I'm not gonna lie, right now, the hairs on my neck are kind of standing straight up, even just walking through town.
Don't walk in this area. It's literally saying, it is not safe to take a nice stroll by the beach.
I gotta tell you, this town gives me the creeps in the best possible way.
Yeah.
You have to be aware of what's around each corner.
Oh, it is eerie. It is really eerie.
Taking basic bear precautions is part of everyday life for locals, like Lori Lang, who runs a hotel here.
If you're in a vehicle, leave your car door open, it's easier to get into. Because if you have to get away, you have to have an exit, you know what I mean? And same with houses, most people leave their houses unlocked too.
So, what happens if we do see a bear here in town? Is there a protocol? Is there somebody we should call?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They have a polar bear alert program.
Hey, Jeff. Hey, guys.
We really want to see a polar bear, so a ride-along with the Polar Bear Alert Patrol seems like a good way to go. Jeff Chuchmuch is one of 4 people who patrols year-round.
So what's a normal day in the life of a bear patrol?
We'll get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, and what we'll do is a town sweep, meaning we're going to be driving all the back lanes and everything essentially before the town wakes up. Yep. And what we're looking for obviously is bears, but we're also looking for any, evidence of polar bears, knocked over garbage cans, knocked over barbecues, and, stuff like that.
The Bear Patrol's first priority is to protect human life. The second priority is to protect the bears by heading off trouble before it starts. They make it possible for people and polar bears to coexist.
So what happens if you have a bear coming through town and somebody calls you?
One of the bigger methods that we use is hazing. What that is, we're using the horns on our truck, the sirens, lights. We want to move them to the north because more often than not, that's where they're headed anyways. And if we can get that bear off land, across the river, we never have to really deal with that bear again.
Can you slow down? Can you slow down one sec, Jen?
Sure.
I see one.
Where?
Right at our 11 o'clock.
Yeah, that's a bear.
Yeah.
Where?
Okay, so he's just a white dot. He's way out there. He's on the coastline.
After a quick check to make sure there aren't any other bears nearby, Jeff leads us out for a better look.
Cool. Okay, see him? He's right.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the water.
Yeah, he's right over there.
Oh, he's swimming around.
So congratulations, you saw your first polar bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
There you go.
So at this time of year in July, like I said, they're gonna be along the coast here, and what he's doing is he's trying to keep cool and kind of just sitting in the water, and he's just trying to get away from the bugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Around here, you just never know where one might turn up.
There could be a bear like right behind us lying in the grass and we wouldn't even know it was there if you're fixated right in with that one bear. It's the bear that you don't see is the one that's could pose a threat to you.
In this situation, it's the bear who's not seeing us. And we're downwind, so even though polar bears can pick up a scent 18 miles away, this one has no idea he's being watched.
I mean, that is such a majestic creature, and to get to observe it in its natural habitat is truly an incredible and unique experience.
Yeah.
The dream has been fulfilled. I saw a polar bear.
The next meeting on our list,
To the whales.
we'll be getting up close and personal with beluga whales, lots of them. But getting to the whales means running a gauntlet of angry birds.
Yep. We're in the heart of it now.
It's early morning in Churchill, Manitoba, and we're crossing the estuary where the Churchill River empties into the saltwater of the Hudson Bay. Across the river is Western Peninsula and the Prince of Wales Fort National Historic Site. There aren't any people living out here, but there's tons of wildlife, including polar bears.
We're going to camp inside the walls of the old fort in hopes of spotting more bears.
All right.
Dwayne Collins is a ranger with Parks Canada, the Canadian National Park Service. It's about a 2.5-mile hike to the fort.
What do we need to do to make sure that we're staying safe? I mean, I know there's rocks everywhere. There's so many spots bears could be, but is there a rule of thumb out here?
We're going to keep in areas that we got good sight lines. We're going to keep our heads on a swivel. We're going to stay together so that our bear guard there always knows where we are.
Parks Canada assigns an armed bear guard to anyone who hikes the countryside around Churchill. Brian Wasilkowski will follow us and keep constant watch. This terrain looks flat and open at first glance, but there are rocks, hills, and hollows where it would be easy to scare up a bear.
Hey, hold on. We got a caribou, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Here, if we get up a little
Nice
higher.
spotting. Nice spotting.
Yeah, see him?
This part of Canada is home to a caribou subspecies called barren ground caribou. They're smaller and lighter than woodland caribou, but have bigger antlers.
Normally where we've seen caribou, you're in the mountains.
We're right on the edge of the barren grounds, right on the edge of the tree line. They're utilizing this whole area. Some of the herds that use part of this ecosystem numbering the hundreds of thousands.
Wow. The landscape here is like nothing I've ever seen before.
This is coastal tundra. There's only a thin layer of soil over the permafrost, the permanently frozen ground beneath. That's why trees and shrubs are scarce and small, and only the toughest kinds of plants can survive. The trail brings us to the beach along the riverbank. We're entering the territory of an animal Dwayne says will definitely attack us.
The Arctic terns are one of the coolest birds that we'll have around here. They're a seabird, and they defend their nests and their chicks like no one's business.
Arctic terns are small and delicate. They don't look intimidating, but they're very tough. They migrate farther than any bird on Earth. Every summer, they make a 40,000-mile journey from Antarctica all the way to the far north, where they lay eggs and raise their young.
Their nests are just a little hollowed out depression in the sand, and they will attack all comers. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a tern defense strategy.
Our defense strategy looks ridiculous. Holding long sticks over our heads. Whoa! Because the birds will attack the highest point they see.
See, the birds almost already have won for making us look so stupid.
Oh, they've taken notice.
Oh, here we go.
Whoa, hey!
Here we go.
Oh, relax! You're scaring Jack.
Arctic terns will often hover in mid-air and plunge into the water to capture fish to eat. They also steal fish from other birds by flying at them and startling them into dropping their catch.
Oh, get out of here!
Yep, we're in the heart of it now.
Get out of here! Jeez Louise!
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God!
Oh my gosh.
Get out of here!
Woo. Pretty cool. They certainly prepare a warm reception for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Between the bears and the birds, you really get the sense that humans are the fringe species in this kind of wilderness. We feel it again as evening comes on, the wind dies down, and a different kind of airborne predator attacks.
Oh my gosh.
It's about that time.
Oh, this is incredible.
Bug net on, activated.
I'm gonna tell you something too. We have been in some pretty insane mosquito-infested areas. I have actually never resorted to wearing a bug net.
This is the first time ever.
Yeah.
There's so much water around here for mosquitoes to lay eggs in, and such a short summer for them to hatch out and feed. The air is thick with them in ways we don't see further south.
They are bad. They are really, really bad. And unfortunately, the fort walls were meant to keep certain things out. I don't think mosquitoes were one of them, so.
Actually, the bugs do get a little better as we get out of the tundra and inside the fort.
40-foot thick walls.
Wow.
Prince of Wales Fort dates back to 1731. It was headquarters for the Hudson Bay Company and a military base when the French and English fought a war for control of Canada. The only time the fort was ever attacked, the defenders had to surrender because there weren't enough of them to operate the cannons.
This looks like as good a spot as any.
Yeah, well, no, we got enough cannons.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, okay. That should do for the night.
This is a prime viewing spot for passing polar bears. So we'll camp here tonight and be up early on the walls hoping to spot a few. On our way back to Churchill, we'll bump into another star attraction.
Look at him. Wow. That's so cool. You can hear him breathe.
It's our last day in Churchill, and our dream of waking up to polar bears is not happening. It's still too early in the season, but we've come at just the right time to see Churchill's other famous visitors.
Oh yeah, see one out there?
Where?
Right out there.
Oh yeah, I was looking right over here. There's three of them right there.
They're definitely in the bay, but if you look over there into the river, there's a ton.
Every summer, 3,000 to 4,000 beluga whales swim from Hudson Bay into the warmer water of the Churchill River to give birth to their calves.
All right,
Ready?
to the whales.
To the whales. Now remember, they're gentle, they're loving creatures, and all they eat is plankton and fish.
I'm gonna keep that in mind.
They may be gentle and they're kind of small compared to other whales, but belugas are still plenty big, up to 20 feet long and weighing 1.5 tons. I'm feeling very small out here.
This is intense.
Oh yeah,
This is really intense.
I know. There are literally whales underneath us right now.
And they're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere.
Belugas are white, which helps them hide among the ice floes when orcas are hunting them. Here in the river, it's easy to see them coming.
Oh! Wow, that's a big one.
Right up to where they bump the boat.
Whoa! Whoa! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, that freaked me out.
It's not like tipping over here would be life-threatening,
Oh, he's right behind us.
but the water here is about 45 degrees, so we really don't want to take a swim.
Whoa, he's right under us! Whoa, right under us! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! He's right under us.
if we don't go in the water, I will be shocked.
This is so unreal. There he is. Whoa, was that you? No, that wasn't me. Oh my God. Oh, yes. Oh. This is so crazy. I think there were like 6 of them.
There were a lot of them.
If not more.
Beluga whales swim in groups called pods. They are very curious and also quite vocal. They will imitate other sounds, including humans. And they're probably laughing at us right now.
So he bumped us?
I don't know.
Whoa! Oh, that was not
That
us.
was not us. That was not us. Oh my, he's right underneath. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, if we go in the water by way of beluga whale, it was meant to be.
It was. Here he comes.
Yeah! Oh man,
That's so cool.
they come here because the shallow water allows them to breed and to calve without worrying about predators. Oh my gosh, which is why you see them in the thousands.
It's a safe place because for most of the year, the Hudson Bay is largely covered by sheets of ice. So animals like orcas with dorsal fins have a hard time gliding underneath it, but it's easy for the belugas who don't have a fin on their backs.
Recently though, the Hudson Bay has started to warm in temperature due to climate change. And because of that, certain predators have found their way into these channels and into the bay. So if we see a dorsal fin out here, it's not a beluga.
Oh my gosh, this guy is literally just following us. This is amazing. Look at him. Wow. That's so
Oh my
cool. You can
gosh.
hear him breathe.
This is incredible.
There he is. Yeah.
Beluga whales are air-breathing mammals like us, inhaling and exhaling through a blowhole on the tops of their heads. After inhaling, they can stay underwater for 20 minutes. When they surface, they exhale and the warm, wet air condenses into a spray.
There we go. Oh.
It's kind of like being sneezed on by a giant nose.
All right, we finally eased into
We
this.
did, yeah. They are now our friends. They have
We've
taken
been
us.
accepted.
They have taken us as 2 of their own.
Now that we're relaxed, we can get a true experience of what it's like hanging with the whales.
Everybody's out here having a good time, eating, chilling, mingling.
We've been sharing this stretch of river near Churchill, Manitoba with a few hundred beluga whales for about an hour now.
Everybody's out here having a good time, eating, chilling, mingling. It's a whale's life.
It's a whale's life.
Hanging with the whales is a great way to end our time in this fascinating place.
I've never been to anywhere like this, where you've got so many different kinds of wildlife that really have their sanctuary in one spot.
Caribou, Arctic terns, polar bears, beluga whales, and they don't just turn up once in a while, they gather.
It's not like you're gonna come here and see 1 or 2 whales, or maybe 1 or 2 bears. Depending on when you come to Churchill, you could see hundreds or thousands of these guys. It's really, really a spectacle.
How pumped are you that we got to see polar bears? I mean, that's like a dream.
It was. It was incredible. I mean, it was one of those moments where you just pinch yourself that you're actually looking at a polar bear and he's sitting there just swimming, enjoying a summer day.
We would have seen even more bears if we'd come in the fall.
Oh my God!
But we're in the right place at the right time for beluga whales.
Kayaking with the beluga whales was probably the most unique wildlife experience that I have ever had. It was so surreal to have such a large animal, one that you don't get to see, come right up within a foot of my face.
We've also never been so up close with the impact of Earth's changing climate. The far north is where change is happening the fastest, and it's affecting almost everything we've seen. The melting ice on Hudson Bay is making it harder for polar bears to go out and hunt seals, and it's making it harder for beluga whales to escape orcas. Even Prince of Wales Fort is being affected. The ground under the walls is softening and giving way because the permafrost is thawing.
Climate change is happening here today, and everything that we saw from the town of Churchill, the whales, and the bears, they're all being affected by it. It's all tied together.
Getting out into the wilderness can bring us closer to the extraordinary life sharing our planet. And it reminds us that the choices we humans make will determine what their future will be.
Hey, if we can do it,
So can you.
So the next chance you get, go out and rock the park.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave any questions or comments that you have.
And please subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more to come.